Hello Bibliophiles and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching one of my videos or you have not done so already, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed and hit the notification bell to stay tuned in to my weekly uploads. So this week I am going to be talking about Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling, John Tiffany, and Jack Thorne. I know that this is a very controversial play, but in this video I'm just going to be sharing my opinions on it, a short review, and hopefully I can convince you to read it because I find it to be quite a good play. I'm going to be splitting this video up into 5 different sections. I was originally going to make it into 10, but I could not think of 10 ways to split a book up, so if you have any suggestions of more categories, please leave a comment below and let me know because I would really appreciate it. But the 5 categories I have chosen are the universe of the play, the setting, the characters, the plot, and the cover presentation of the book, or play in this case. Starting out with the universe that this play is set in, it's obviously set in the Harry Potter universe, seeing as it is titled Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, so that's an immediate plus in my book because I'm in love with Harry Potter and all the stories and everything to go around it. But for other people, that was kind of a negative because people said that J.K. Rowling should stop writing books and, you know, she's just continuing and trying to make more and more money, but technically that's what authors are doing because it's kind of their living to write books, so I can understand why she would continue to write more. And I do personally think that writing it as a play rather than a regular book is quite an interesting take because not many authors would have the courage to do that. So moving on from the universe of the play, we move on to the setting. So I don't want to give any spoilers in this video, so I will keep it down to a minimum about what I talk about, but if you do want to see a more in-depth review, keep an eye out for my video which will be out on Saturday, and I will definitely be going more in-depth. But the general setting for this play is Hogwarts, King's Cross Station, and several other locations which I don't want to disclose because, as I said, keeping it free of major spoilers. So moving on from the setting, since there's not really much else to say about it without giving things away, I want to move on to talk about the characters. And I feel like this is where people had the most problem with this play because they either had characters that they wanted to show up that didn't show up, or the characters did things that they either did or didn't want them to do, or they were expecting things to happen that didn't happen. But it's just, you know, an author can't please everyone. She can't write everything. You know, sometimes you've just got to accept that and appreciate the work for how artistically beautiful it is in other ways. Just a quick note, if you hear any random background noises, it's because I have my dogs sitting with me while I am filming this video, so any background noises that you hear are coming from my dogs, they're not coming from me. For anyone who is interested, these are my dogs. This is Willow, and this is Sherlock. This is the LitJoy crate that I got earlier today. He's a little sleepy boy, but Willow likes to move around quite a bit, so this is probably who will be making most of the background noises. So, moving on from that little side rant about my dogs, as I said, I like to rant about little things that aren't quite connected sometimes, but I wanted to talk about the characters for the book. So we have Albus Potter and Scorpius Malfoy, who are the main 2 characters of the book, and then after that, you know, the main original trio, and there's some other characters who kind of play a bigger role, but as I said, this video is spoiler free, so that's for later. On to the plot of the book, again, going very around the edges of the plot, so I'm not giving away too much stuff. It starts out where Harry and crew are taking their children to King's Cross Station to go to their whatever class year of Hogwarts they're returning to. It is Albus Potter's first year at Hogwarts, so, you know, as him being the main character, it's kind of focusing in on him and, you know, the journeys that he goes on throughout the rest of the play. Again, can't really say much without giving away stuff, but it's a lot of adventurous aspects, as with the original Harry Potter series, so kind of expect something like that. And there's a lot of twists and turns that I didn't see coming for the most part, because I usually can predict stuff, but I thought that the plot was really good, and I really do highly recommend giving this book a try, this play, script, a try. Even if you've heard some bad things about it, just read it. If you can't really know if you're going to enjoy something unless you read it. But give it a try. You'll never know. It can't hurt. So after that really small section about the plot, I wanted to move on to the cover and presentation of the play. So, I mean, play script. So this is the play script book. People were initially kind of upset that it was only going to be released as the play, so they decided to release it in a book form as well. Just, you know, set up. You can't really see this, but it's, you know, saying, oh, Scorpius says this, Albus says this, Hermione says this. It's not set up like your average book on the inside. It's quite literally the play script that the actors rehearsed with. Besides that, though, the cover I think is really nice. It's bright yellow, and this part on the front here, going a little bit closer, it's that part was actually replicated outside the theaters in both London and New York City. I was lucky enough to be able to go see this in both London and New York City with the original cast, which was amazing. Highly recommend that if you ever have the opportunity to go see it, that you go see it, because if you read it first and then you go to see it, it will completely change your opinion on it, because it's just so beautiful to watch. The music, the acting, everything is just brilliant, and it really brings it together. It makes it feel like a proper addition to the Harry Potter story. So that's all I really have to say about the look of the book cover, and I don't really want to go into anything about the play because the tagline of the play is pretty much to keep the secrets, and you know, kind of want to do that in this video. I'm keeping the secrets, not giving any spoilers away. But if you want to check out my video that will be up on Saturday, I will not be keeping the secrets in that one, so definitely keep an eye out for that. So now I just want to go back through and give a full rating on all of the categories that I had mentioned before, and this is going to be me rating the script, not the actual play itself, because if I was rating the actual play itself, it would have a 110% somehow. But for this, the universe, I would give an 18 out of 20, because no matter what, play or play script, it's going to be the Harry Potter universe. Just taking off the 2 points because I can't actually see it when I'm reading the script. For the setting, I would give it a 15 out of 20. The little bits here and there that were slightly oddly placed, but I mean, they do make sense if you think about it a little bit, but you know, can't have everything be perfect. For the characters, I'd give a 14, just because I do understand how some people might have said, oh, you know, this one character didn't show up and I really wanted them to show up. But overall, 14 out of 20 for the characters, because I think that the characters are so amazing. And then for the last two categories, the plot and the overall presentation of the script, I would give them both a 15. The plot, pretty good. Little couple holes, little questions I have here and there. Overall pretty good. And then again, the presentation, it's meant to be seen, not read. So that's why I give the printed version of the script a 15 out of 20. And I mean, the cover design is pretty nice too, so they got a couple boosted points from that, because I think I had originally put it at about a 10, because, you know, I can't really see everything that's happening when I'm just reading, oh, he said this and then she said this, but, you know, it's just how it goes. So after going over all that, it adds up to a 77%, which I think is pretty good for a play script, which is meant to be seen and not read. I feel like I've said that a lot of times in this video, but that is my finished review of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and I hope you enjoyed it. So if you have not done so already, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed and hit the notification bell to stay tuned into my uploads. Keep an eye out for my video that will be up on Saturday if you are interested in seeing more in depth about this. And finally, last but not least, if you have any books that you would like me to do a review on, please feel free to leave a comment below and I'll add it to my list. And that is all for this video, and your next adventure awaits. Bye!